Hey everybody, welcome back to the Tank Nation. No, but really, this last week, some things happened in the community that I've grown and built from nothing into quite an inclusive bunch of people. Some might call themselves, outcasts or loners. There might be some mental health issues. There might be some people that don't know that it's okay to help themselves yet. And at the core of all of that is a guy like me. And if you don't know who I am, I'm a guy that a little over 21 and a half years ago was homeless and had a drug and alcohol problem and didn't have any friends or family around that wanted anything to do with him anymore, let alone anybody in society that would look at me and think, hey, that's a guy worthy of having in our lives. Meaning that I was the guy that people today, even still, look at and think, yeah, I don't want anything to do with that guy. He's got a problem. He's got issues. He's trouble. He's a sick person. It's really sad. Pick any adjective you want to describe what was going on with me 21 and a half years ago. And I'm sure it's accurate and there's no problem with it. But the reality of it is that for me is that I made a decision, however it came about. For me, it was a moment of clarity one day that I wasn't happy with the way things were going in my life, and so I decided to reach out and get some help. And when I reached out and got that help, um, I was introduced to a program that if I worked it and I followed it, that there was a good chance that one day at a time for the rest of my life, I could not use drugs and alcohol. And so that's been the case for 21 and a half years with me. Um, what's important for you to know, and the reason why I'm making this video, is that because in that 21 and a half years, the only real true requirement for me was to not pick up anything and use it or drink it, and to simply help other people that were hopeless like I was when I got there. Meaning that those scumbags and guys that said evil and mean things and did evil and mean things, and in some cases even people that killed people, drinking and driving. I had to try and help those people. And so in my community, I might have some people that other people look at and think to themselves, that guy's an asshole, or that guy's a piece of shit, or that guy's fucking this, that, or the other. You might even feel that way about me. But you know what? That's all I know. That's all I know how to do in my life. That's all I know how to be in my life. That's all that my life has become. My purpose in life is to simply try to help the unhelpable. And I'm not a god. I'm not a miracle worker. I'm not smarter than anybody else. But the fact that I'm willing to reach out and allow people like that to hang out and be around me and be in my community and potentially reach out and try to help them change their lives in any way I can is what I do. Now, am I human? Do I make mistakes? Do I blow up? Do I say stupid things? Am I accountable or not accountable for the things that go on and happen, on Twitch or online on Twitter? Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? I'm no different than anybody else on the planet that does what we do. I stream because I enjoy doing it. I built a community around me of people that probably aren't perfect, and I'm not going to single out anybody. But if you want to join in with a group of people that's inclusive, then I'd be the person to come hang out with. And you may not like the way I behave. You may not like the way I even treat people. You may not like the way that I rage and get upset with people. And it's only because I have the unbelievable high expectation that I can help everyone. And that is one of my character defects, is that I think I can help every single person recover from whatever it is that they've got going on. Why? Because I've been successful at doing that one simple thing. It doesn't mean I've gotten a better job or made any more money or I'm better looking or that I weigh less, or that I'm less irritating or that I don't have, poorly formed opinions. It just means that at the core of who I am, I want to try to help people change and get better. And this week it became really apparent to me that there's some people that are frauds out there that act like they want to help people, that communicate with you and tell you what's wrong with other people and make judgments on them, but they're not willing to do anything about it. They're not willing to go to those people and tell them directly, hey, I really feel like you've got this issue and you've got this problem, and I really think you should do something about it. And the reason why that person can't do that is because that person's a coward They're afraid of what the repercussions might be. And you know what? The repercussions aren't that bad when you go and tell someone the truth. So you know what? That person had some things to say about some people, some individuals in my community. And what I did was I went directly to each and every one of those individuals and I talked to them about those issues. Not, hey, so-and-so said this about you. I just went to them and said, hey, man, I've noticed this for a while. Is this something you want to work on? Is this something I can help you with? And that's how I deal with it. And if I choose to get upset with someone on my stream and I choose to act like a little kid, oh well, it's a fucking stream. It's not real life. It's not off camera, off fucking Twitter. It's by myself in my DMs or on a voice chat with that person having a real relationship. And I certainly wouldn't go and I'd type out a long message explaining everything that's wrong with that person and then block them, which is what happened to me this week. And I'm devastated by it. This person probably is a really, really good person. I've been to church. I've gone to church for years. I found Christ, 10 years ago and started following those precepts, started attending church, started worshiping Jesus Christ. That's what I did. That's something for me. It's not for everybody, but that's what I chose to do. And the things that I learned were not much different than the things that I learned when I walked into those rooms and those people said, hey man, you don't ever have to live this way again if you just do these few simple things. And I'll tell you what, one of the few simple things is if you're a believer in Christ and you're a deeply spiritual person, is one of the things is to forgive and also not to pass judgment on people. So I'm not going to pass judgment on anyone. And even though I will again do so, I'm not ultimately going to pass judgment on anybody for what they do or what happens to them. At the end of the day, when people are really, really horrible to me, I just point it out as being a sick individual and I hope they get help. And if that help comes from me, then I'm more than happy to do it. So with that said, I made this video for the Tank Nation, for my community, for the people that support me. Good or bad, whatever I might say or not say, however I might behave, however selfish, self-centered, and egotistical I might get, whatever horrible things I might say, those people have stuck behind me and continue to try and break through any barriers that I may have to try and help me get better as a person. And for anybody that doesn't want to do that, doesn't want to continue to try to strive to help me, that you're just too tired to do so, that you don't want to put any effort into it, well then guess what? There'll be more people to come in and replace you. Because there's plenty of people hurting out there. There's plenty of people out there with good hearts willing to give that will show up and realize that exactly what we have here is exactly what I tried to build over 2 years ago, which is an inclusive community where it was safe to be and hang out and chit-chat and get to know some people online. So I love you guys in the Tank Nation. I care about you guys. I even care about the people that have harmed me and that have hurt my feelings. Because I realize that at the end of the day, you're just not feeling well because hurt people, And so that's all I'm going to say anymore about what's going on in the Tank Nation community. Feel free to watch this video to the end if you're watching it to the end. And there's no advertisements. There's no next video to watch. This is it. I'm a real person. I'm 48 years old. I'll be 49 in a couple of months. I have a 15-year-old son. And I act like a little kid sometimes, but you know what? At the core of who I am, I'm all about helping other people grow, change, and get better. If that's what you want, hang out with me. And if you don't think that that's real, come talk to me. DM me. Voice chat me. I'll see you guys soon. Be good to yourselves. Be safe.